All right, so picture this. You're standing there right at a crossroads, and you get to choose which path you take. One leads to life, the other to death. Kind of intense, right?
Yeah, definitely a powerful image.
Well, that's exactly the scene Moses is setting up in Deuteronomy chapters 29 and 30.
Oh, yeah, with the Israelites.
Exactly. It's not just some rule book, though.
Yeah.
It's about this much deeper choice of how you want to live.
It's a way of life, yeah.
A way of being, yeah. And that's what we're going to be diving deep into today.
Right, into Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy 29 and 30. We're going to unpack that covenant renewal, that choice Moses lays out, and, what it means for us even thousands of years later.
I'm really interested, in the setting here.
Oh, yeah.
Moses is talking to these Israelites on the plains of Moab.
Right before they go into the promised land.
Yeah, this is huge. This is a pivotal moment for them. And Moses is using it to really hammer home how important this commitment to God is.
And he starts off by reminding them of all the wild stuff God has already done for them.
Yeah,
Like, come on. Their clothes and shoes didn't wear out for 40 years wandering in the wilderness.
it's insane.
It's unreal.
Mm.
What do you think the impact was on the Israelites, having these miracles all the time?
It's so hard to wrap your head around, right? But it's not just about, getting by.
Right.
It's about God showing up for them.
Tangible fruit.
Day after day. Hey, you can trust in something bigger than yourself?
So then that covenant renewal in Deuteronomy 29, it just hits even harder,
Oh, yeah.
Moses isn't just listing some rules. He's taking them back,
Taking them back.
reminding them of their history.
Who they are as a people, chosen by God, loved by God.
It's setting them up to make a choice based on experience,
Yeah.
not just belief.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But he doesn't, hold back
No.
from what happens if they walk away from the covenant.
He lays it all out there.
Yeah.
The curses, everything.
No sugarcoating.
Not at all.
It's our choices have consequences.
Consequences.
And sometimes it's just easier to focus on what's right in front of you
Immediate.
than to think about the big picture.
Long term. Yeah.
Exactly.
Both good and bad.
Yeah, for sure.
So then we get to that crucial choice in Deuteronomy 30. Choose life, loving and following God, or choose death, turning away.
Heavy stuff.
But it's not just are you alive or dead, right?
Oh, absolutely not. It's so much deeper than that. Are you spiritually alive?
Versus empty.
Empty. Are you living with a purpose? Or just lost?
Disconnected.
Yeah.
Disconnected.
And Moses is making it super clear. This choice,
Yeah.
it has to be from the heart.
It can't just be going through the motions.
Exactly. It's got to be about interchange.
And real commitment.
Commitment, yeah.
And I think that's where it gets tough for a lot of people.
Mhm.
Making choices that aren't just easy or comfortable, but that actually match up with your deepest values and beliefs.
But even with all these warnings,
Yeah.
right, there's this beautiful thread of hope running through it all. Oh, yeah.
Moses is clear, even if they mess up, God's mercy and forgiveness are still there.
Always an open door.
Always a way back.
A chance to get things back on track.
Totally.
No matter what you've done. That's such a powerful message for all of us.
And then we hit that verse that kind of wraps it all up. Deuteronomy 30.15. I set before you today life and prosperity, death and destruction.
Powerful. Straight to the point.
It is.
Really puts it out there. This is what's at stake. This is what your choices can lead to. Not a threat, though.
No,
It's just truth.
it's true.
When you're living in line with God, when you choose life, you open yourself up to flourishing, to true prosperity.
And that's just as relevant for us today as it was for the Israelites back then.
Absolutely.
It's amazing how these ancient texts can still speak to us,
Yeah, they really do.
So we've covered a lot.
A lot.
The covenant renewal, the warnings, the choice, and that lasting hope we see in Deuteronomy 29 and 30.
And I hope you walk away with some questions, rattling around in your head.
Yeah.
What are your, wilderness wanderings right now? What are you struggling with?
What are your challenges?
What are your challenges? What amazing things in your life are you just taking for granted?
Maybe overlooking. Yeah.
Overlooking. And the biggest question, what choices can you make starting right now that'll lead you closer to that life, that prosperity? Take some time. Sit with these questions. Think about the text. You might be surprised at what you discover.
I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
There's always something new to discover.
Always.